Hello ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NDTV. In a significant setback to the Congress party ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act PMLA adjudicating authority has confirmed the attachment of over rupees 750 crore belonging to party-run Associated Journal Limited, AJL and Young Indian. It has pointed out, and I quote, that the attachment shall continue during the pendency of the proceedings and become final after an order of confiscation is passed by the special court. Now, let me remind my viewers that the National Herald is a newspaper that was founded by former and late Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in 1938. AJL, in fact, is the company that published and owned this newspaper. Now, this case is particularly important as it is in this alleged money laundering case in which the Gandhis are the main accused, and it is centered on the alleged takeover of Associated Journals Limited, AJL, along with the assets that are estimated at rupees 750 crore by Young Indian, allegedly for 50 lakh. Now, these attached properties are situated in prime locations in Delhi, Lucknow and also Mumbai. Now, this is in line with the actions of the investigating agencies that the centre says is a move against the corrupt, but the opposition parties have been calling it an assault on democracy. Should such actions continue during elections? That is the question we are asking. Also, Congress had all the time to put the AJL papers, issues in order. Why did it not do that? That is also another significant question that we would like to answer. Those are the questions that we are asking tonight. Joining us now are Shaina NC of the BJP, Mahima Singh of the Congress Party, and Rashid Kidwai, who is a senior journalist and also a political commentator. Let me go across to Shaina first. Shaina, how do every opposition party has been saying that why is this action being taken now from Mr. Kejriwal to Mr. Soren and now the Gandhis? How is the BJP preparing to counter these allegations, and how confident are you that the Modi factor will help you sort of sidestep some of these issues?
So the adjudicating authority of the Prevention of the Money Laundering Act, we know, has talked about this attachment because this issue has been going on for the longest time. Now, freezing properties is only part of the process. But I think what we need to highlight clearly here is how this young Indian owns the newspaper, how 38% of the shares belong to Rahul Gandhi and 38% belong to Sonia Gandhi. Now, isn't this a clear-cut case of money laundering? The central agency attached these properties last year in November. So everyone who says, oh, elections and all of that, I don't think anyone buys that argument. The PMLA case with the associate journals, the AJL and the National Herald newspaper and the YI that owns the newspaper, all of this has been going on, an ongoing process. And the young Indian has been under the ED scanner for the reasons which are known to all, an alleged loan which was given and extended to the Congress party. And the ED initiated this whole thing after the Delhi court took cognizance of this in 2014. And this was then a private complaint. So let's understand, the agency has only done its job. And the so-called people, the people who are in contention, have not even replied. So this has been going on since 2014.
So, can I get your response on this? Because Shaina is making a very important point here. She's this complaint was because of Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, and that was duly acknowledged and acted upon by the Patiala House Court as per an order in 2014. I remember covering the Gandhis when they had come to the court also. Now, both Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi were also questioned by ED regarding their relations to the case. Two leaders held 76% stake in Young Indian. Now, not just the investigating agencies, you see the courts are also involved in this. How do you see your party getting out of this, Mahima?
Jai Hind, I would begin with these lines. लश्कर भी तुम्हारा है, सरदार तुम्हारा है, तुम झूठ को सच लिख दो, अखबार तुम्हारा है, सूरज की तपन तुमसे बर्दाश्त नहीं होती, एक मोम के पुतले सा किरदार तुम्हारा है. The weaponization of these laws, making them draconian ever since 2014. You see, Vasudha, the law was enforced by the UPA government in 2005, and ever since 2014, There have been as many as 4 amendments to this law, making it more draconian, raising questions on
Not absolve you of
scope
the
of these laws.
wrongdoing.
Just a moment. Allow me to finish.
Sharon,
Please do
let her
not-
just
If you
finish. I'll
have-
come back to you. I'll come back to you.
I
Yes.
did not. Now, in our Nyay Patra, Vasudha, let me say, in our Nyay Patra, we have made it very clear that when we are voted to power this year, we will put an end to the weaponization of laws, arbitrary searches, seizures, and attachments, arbitrary and indiscriminate arrests, as you know, have been happening. And we shall enact a law on bail that will incorporate the principle that bail is the rule, jail is the exception. Our leaders have been questioned endlessly. Has the country not seen that? 55 hours of questioning for Mr. Rahul Gandhi by the ED and nothing was found. The BJP may keep on howling because you see, they are the ones running the system today, but they
Mahima,
forget.
let me just
But
interject
that's
you.
no-
You know, there is
that's no
a
argument.
perception
Can I just
issue.
respond,
But you know,
please?
Mahima saying there is, you know, the Congress party could have also gotten its papers in order, right? Because there was time. So the merits
Can I
of the case is
respond?
one thing. Would you like to
See,
respond to that?
Vasudha, you see, it's not about the concern is not whether the Congress party should have put the papers in order or what should have been done. You just look around, bureaucrats, journalists, politicians from the opposition. Who has this government?
respond, Vasudha,
Remember-
please?
Yes, one second.
remember
I'll just come to you. Let
how
you just.
indisciplined? How indisciplined? You remember cases against Mr. Chidambaram and Mr. DK Shivakumar before 2019 and before Karnataka elections? What happened to them? They got acquitted at the end. What
Can
is
I
the con-
comment,
Okay,
please, now?
Shaina, respond to this because, you know, she is saying that
This
the
can't go
perception
on
of
as a
this and,
monologue.
you know, this
No,
being
answer
seen
the
as an assault
question.
on democracy overweighs the fact that there are
Totally.
merits in this case. How would you respond to
Totally.
that?
The Congress will
So
amend it.
I
Shaina.
only want to ask 2 serious questions and hopefully the Congress spokesperson will give a reply. Now, the young Indian that has so-called been under the ED scanner on charges of acquiring AJL and its assets for pittance against the loan which was extended to the Congress party, is this not a gross violation? The ED initiated the money laundering probe because the Delhi court then took cognizance of this in 2014. So how is this not a money laundering case? And look at the kind of properties in Lucknow, in Mumbai, in Delhi. And does the Congress party really feel it can continue to cheat where you have 38% belonging to Rahul Gandhi and 38% belonging to Sonia Gandhi? Why shouldn't the agencies record a statement and ask the shareholders and the donors of the Congress if they feel they were cheated by the office
Okay,
bearers of
let
AJL
me
of
get
the
the
party
expert
or
here,
not?
Mr.
Give me
Kidwai.
the
You know,
reply.
so
One
both
moment,
Shaina and
one
Mahima
minute.
have made very important
One
points.
moment,
Now,
a brief
Mahima, I'll
intervention.
just come to you. Let Rashid, finish his point. Like the ED's investigation also concluded, like Shaina was also mentioning, that these maneuvers also, you know, not only defrauded the shareholders of AJL but also misled the donors of the
Sunitala
Congress
Sangha
party.
nahi phone
But
kara, apni TV
but
garke
Mahima
hai.
has also been talking about perception. What does this mean for the Congress party, specifically for the Gandhis?
See, Congress is passing through a difficult time politically, and these kind of litigation and cases are also taking a very heavy toll because it's a matter of perception, and that is where the BJP is scoring. My friend China says that a private citizen filed a complaint. Not a private citizen. Mr. Subramanian Swamy is a private citizen, but he is also a very well-known BJP leader, a person who is known to be hostile to the Congress and Nehru Gandhi family. Second part is look at the progress. If we say that the matter was the ED took over in 2014, we are in 2024. There is such a tardy progress. If the Gandhis are accused of anything, then they should be convicted, not this kind of trial. And third thing was the timing. Elections are going on, and one thing the other, the inspired leaks or some action on the part of ED. We also know that the other day Indian Express carried a news item saying that those 25 people against whom ED had initiated cases, 23 of them have joined the BJP. Now these are telling things. I'm not going into the merit of the case. If there is if some wrongdoing has happened, then people should be taken to task. But this is not the way. And selective targeting is, and particular time of election, is unfair.
Okay, I'll get Shaina to respond to this, but I have my colleague Aishwarya joining us. He's been tracking this case just to know, what is the latest development. Aishwarya, the confirmation of the PMLA adjudicating authority came just a day after, following this detailed hearings on the property attachment order that was issued in 2023 by ED, which is, of course, probing this case. Now, this is all under PMLA. It was based on a complaint that was filed by Subramaniam Swamy, and many individuals, I understand, were involved in this, from Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Motilal Vora, even Suman Dubey, Sam Pitroda. What is the update on this case, and what are we expecting in the coming days?
Well, the adjudicating authority said in its order that having considered the material in original complaint, the written reply and rejoinder of defendants, and also the oral arguments of complainant and defendants, find that movable and immovable properties provisionally attached on November 20, 2023 in the names of defendants, both of the AJL and the Young India, are proceeds of crimes in terms of sections of the PMLA, and therefore involved in money laundering. Now, when the authority has upheld the decision and has stated that these immovable properties and equity shares would be considered as proceeds of crime, then certainly the next part of the progress of this entire enforcement directorate would be to attach these properties and to take them in their possession. So clearly, at this point of time, ED also had placed ample material on record to establish the nexus between the attached properties and the proceeds of crime. So certainly these properties, be it in New Delhi, be it in Bombay, be it in Lucknow and other places, will be taken under their possession. So clearly, that's where we all are saying that it's a setback for the Congress party.
Right. Thank you, Aishwarya, for joining us with those details. Shaina, would you like to respond to this? Because both UPA and NDA have made PMLA tougher over the years, but many have now started talking about the need to prevent misuse of legal mechanisms, although many of these provisions have been upheld by Supreme Court in 2021. Would you say that there is really a need to reassess the provisions of PMLA, specifically the powers that it gives to ED, or do you think that the merits of the case are strong enough for it to stand? And also,
clearly the merits. The merits of the case are strong enough, and Rashid ji talked about Subramaniam Swamy. Why shouldn't any law-abiding citizen, or any citizen for that matter, question? Now, if you look at it, the adjudicating authority under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act froze the assets only based on the evidence, and the order allows the enforcement directorate to take possession of the assets. This is not the Bharatiya Janata Party saying it. It is obviously the process of law. And if you have a final confiscation of these properties and the trial courts, rule in favor or against, this matter is sub judice. So if you're going to question how Herald House in Delhi or how properties in Mumbai or Lucknow or any other location can be correlated, I want to say that the Central Investigative Agency has attached the properties way back in November. And please understand, provisional attachment orders issued in any case in PMLA cases are done in accordance with what the evidence is. And here the evidence is clear that the Congress leaders who are part of this Young Indian, 38%, Sonia Gandhi, 38%, Rahul Gandhi, and the fact that you have assets being bought for pittance, absolute pittance, shows you the cross trail, and it's a clear open and closed case.
So Mahima, Shaina says it's an open and shut case, but why is the Congress party holding on to AJL despite major problems being faced by it? At some point, would you think that the National Herald case could have been handled in a better way by the party leaders?
Vasudha, I've been meaning to respond for a long time. Let me first say what I would have liked to, and I hope BJP spokesperson will not create nuisance by interfering. Now, every law-abiding citizen of this country, when they would hear your debate today, would wonder, why is the BJP spokesperson speaking as if she is the one conducting the trial? Because the way she is speaking about the accused in the matter or the other facts of the matter, it sounds like, she's only passing.
Shaina, let her finish. Let Mahima finish. Mahima, please continue.
Once again, there she goes, the BJP culture. So you see, the matter is sub judice, which she rightly pointed out, and I hope she understands the scope of when a matter is sub judice. And the CJI has time and again reminded the country and the media that please do not pass judgmental remarks on sub judice matters. So one is that it is sub judice, and the other is when you ask me whether we should have handled it better or not. You see, I have pointed out only two of many, above 90%, 95% cases that are on opposition leaders today. Mr. Chidambaram's and Mr. D.K. Shivkumar's case, you can remember, the BJP was still spreading canards at that stage, and they came out clean. 2G scam, you would remember how the BJP, spread canards and came to power in 2014. If it was not for transparent procedures set up by the Congress and the UPA, the BJP would have never had their way. But they've
Vasudha, please. Allow me a rebuttal.
Let her finish, I'm coming to you.
Because we did what we mean to do again by the promise we have made through our manifesto, the Nyay Patra. We will remove these draconian amendments.
Okay, we are running short of time, and I want the last word from Mr. Kidwai. Mr. Kidwai, this issue was supposed to... I'll come to you. This issue was supposed to be a rallying point for the opposition, but this is election time. Everybody is, back to campaigning. Do you think that this discourse that agencies are being misused, do you see this becoming the most important issue for the opposition, and how, relatable will it be for common voters?
Yeah, I think, Vasudha, you have raised a very valid question, and I wish I could answer in a very definite, certain way. There is a perception that is being, created. Remember, most citizens, most voters are law-abiding citizens. So, therefore, if there is any case by, government agencies and all, people become, suspicious, whether it is a case of Aam Aadmi Party or National Herald case or so. So, the matter of perception, the BJP is doing well. I see there is a political, messaging also that's taking place. As I said, if there is a watertight case, as my friend Shaina thinks, then 10 years is a long period for a crime of this nature to be taken to a logical end. But it's not happening. And that is something that is an overt politicization of this issue.
Right. Shaina, you wanted to respond to Mahima? Quickly, 30 seconds.
Very fast. I want to say that young Indian paid only 50 lakhs and recovered 90 crores of Associate Journals Limited, which was owned by the Congress. And the Enforcement Directorate has only highlighted the same. So I want to ask that what is the great, secret here? If there has been properties to this extent which have been beneficiaries have been the Congress party, and if the ED has talked about the entire process which started in 2014, which culminated now, if it had culminated early, you would say that it's a witch hunt.
Okay, Mahima, would you like to respond to that very quickly? She's saying that this is not election timed.
This is not
this is something that has been going on for a long time now.
Which was...
Yes, Mahima,
all the remarks that the BJP spokesperson is making are unbecoming, and she's not at a position to actually make those remarks. Let the courts decide, and the BJP is losing this election miserably. That is why they are so nervous that they are taking these steps in haste and desperation.
Ma'am, wishful thinking, but best luck to you.
Nyay Patra is going to remedy all.
Let the public decide whether it's Nyay or Anyay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me on this show. Anti-corruption body has affirmed action on the National Herald's assets worth over 750 crore. Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi were earlier questioned by ED regarding their relations to this case. So this is definitely a setback for the Congress party.